Hey, good morning, everybody. We are live. Stephen Farrell here with Northern Utah Jobs. I'm going to do a quick video. I want to talk about this data. I shared some desired job rate or market insights just a few days ago. We just got even more specific insights for Weber, Davis County, for Box Elder County, for Cache County, and it's super interesting. So if you're an employer, an HR manager, recruiter, and you're wondering, why it might be difficult to find people. Some of you watching this, it may not be difficult to find people, but I know many companies out there are struggling to get the help they need. And so I've got some great insights that are going to help you, make better hiring decisions. And I'm going to share that with you right now. I'm also going to talk about some internal positions we have open right here at Elwood Staffing. We are hiring, we are growing, and we're going to talk about both of those things right after this intro, if I can get the right button here. Here we go. Ready? And nope, we're not ready. It's not working. Here we go. Bam.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We have the biggest news ever in history right now that we're about to. This is a live video going into the job board. All right, welcome everybody. Happy to have you here. We're going to make this a quick video, but I'm going to talk about wages in Weber, Davis, Box Elder, Cache County, and why you need to pay attention to this data. It's super interesting. We just surveyed hundreds of associates that have come through our doors at Elwood Staffing, and you might find it surprising. We've asked them, what are their desired pay rates? What are they willing to accept in the light industrial space? And I'd like you to take a look at your own wages here and tell me, where do you fall? Where are your wages? Are you in the $12 range? If that's the case, 13% of our job seekers in Q4, that's October, November, December, said they would be willing to take $12 or more. Think about that. That's almost 10% of the job seeker market is only willing to take $12 an hour. And that's just in the light industrial space. This is not including clerical positions and other positions. This is just light industrial. If you are paying $13 an hour, again, this is Weber, Davis, Box Elder County, and Cache County. We combine the data, and these are the wages that job seekers are looking for. If you pay $13 an hour, you're only capturing 25% of the job market. 25%. That's not a lot. And when you're looking at, you're competing against the government, right? The unemployment funds, the extra stimulus checks. We're supposed to get another $1,600 at some point from the Biden administration. $14 an hour, that can be a tough sell. Or 13 an hour. 14, let's blow it up here. $14 an hour, 35%. So you're going up a little bit. That's a third of job seekers are willing to take $14 an hour. If you're paying $15, you're now playing at a much higher level. You're in a different ballpark altogether. 46% of job seekers say they're willing to take $15 per hour. And I really think that's a sweet spot. If you're in that $15 range, I think that's the price of entry in Box Elder County, in Cache County, in Weber and Davis. If you're looking to hire somebody on in the light industrial space, shipping, receiving, production, assembly, for you to even play in that same space, this data says you have to pay $15 bare minimum. That's the price of entry. And that's really hard, right? If you pay less than that, it's not that you can't get people. It just means it's going to be a lot harder to get the people. And it's also going to be challenging to keep those people because they're going to consistently get those competing offers from other companies that are in the area because the wages have gone up in our markets. Good, bad, or indifferent, I think it's good. The race on wages in the market, it's really brought our economy up. I think Weber and Davis County and Cache County have recovered much quicker than the other counties in Utah. And I think it's because of this race for wages that happened in Q4. And so hat tip to those companies out there that raised their wages or were already up there above $15 an hour. When we were staffing for companies, we found that the companies paying less than $15 an hour had a much more challenging time to get their product out and lost probably a lot of business and lost a lot of good people too. People that were taking that $13, $14 an hour, all of a sudden have options, and now they're going across the street for $16, $17 an hour. And it was real challenging. And we felt it here with many of our clients that just could not afford to pay more than $13 or $14 an hour. And so I just want to help you. I want to get this information in front of you as an employer to help you, when you're budgeting for 2021, when you're looking at your forecasts and what you think you can do versus what you need to do versus what you want to do, right? All of us have a sales team that want to hit certain projections, and projections are always based on growth, right? I'm getting ready here in 25 minutes. We're going to have a branch manager meeting. All my branch managers, we're going to come together virtually, and we're going to talk about our budgets. We're going to talk about our sales growth for 2021. And so I would imagine you're not looking for a downward trend in 2021. We're all looking for an upward trend. We want to grow, right? And so can you grow with the current market conditions after what happened in 2020 with COVID? And the race for wages, the run on wages in Q4, where do you fall on this scale? If you look at here, $16 an hour, that's a huge gap from 15. 46% of job seekers versus 65%. That's 19-point difference from paying $15 an hour to $16 an hour. And again, this is the baseline. So if you're paying 16 as your base, you're getting 65% of the job market. Those are the desired wages for our job seekers. 15 is your price of entry. 16 is where you start to be competitive. That's where you start really drawing the talent in. And then it's up to you. It's up to your team to actually keep the people once they come in, right? Now you're paying them a wage that they desire, that they're happy with. And now you've got to keep them. And that's, I've spent plenty of time talking about employee engagement. I can't speak enough about employee engagement. You have to take care of your people. You have to make them feel valued. Now, if you really want to get fun here, check this out. $17 an hour, 2/3 of job seekers, 77% say that is their baseline. Isn't that interesting? 77% said they'd only willing to take $17 or more an hour. This is the light industrial space that we're talking about. Shipping, receiving. These are entry-level positions, production and assembly. And 77% of the job seekers are saying, I'm only willing to take $17 per hour or more. This was not the data a year ago. This same time last year, we were not looking at 77% of the job force going, I'm only going to take $17 an hour. I'm sorry if you can't pay me anything less. What happened? What shifted? Well, COVID-19 happened. We had these massive shutdowns. Everybody got behind on their production. Raw materials were not coming in, whether they were in the States or out of state. They were not coming in. And once all that product started getting built up and the raw materials sent out to you, it got crazy. And everybody needed a million people and then some. And then you add the absenteeism that COVID-19 has created havoc on our plants, right? It's your best case scenario, you got 10% absenteeism in your plant from day to day. On a weekend, you've got 20, 30% absenteeism. And it's been super challenging. If you're already shorthanded, then you couple that with absenteeism and you're really struggling to get your product out. And this is happening across the country. And so because of that, companies got creative. They started offering more pay, whether it was temporary or permanent. Most of them were temporary, but they've just turned into permanent pay increases. And a lot of companies started doing things internally, looking at their teams. How do they take care of the people that they have? How do they make them feel valued? And that's what happened. And so wages went up in the market. As you can see, of course, $18 an hour, 90%, $19, 97%, 20, 100%. So you're really, again, the price of entry right now in Weber, Davis, Box Elder, Cache County, it's $15 an hour. That is the price of entry. If you're paying less than that and you can't afford to move your wages, you just have to understand that you're working with a very small segmented population of the workforce. It's not impossible. It's just it's really hard. I have quite a few companies we work with that pay under 15, and it's challenging to get them staffed. And I'm not one to make for excuses. I'm one to get the job done no matter what, and that's what we do. But it's still super challenging because you're working with a much smaller segment of the population that's willing to take less than $15 an hour. And so again, if you're looking at your budgets this year and you're looking at your labor costs and you're looking at your opportunity loss, right? If you're not getting the product out because you're shorthanded, what do those projections look like? I would challenge you to get with your procurement teams, get with senior leadership, and look at your opportunity cost. What are you losing because you are not producing the materials on time, getting them out to your customers? And that's a real number you can actually put on a spreadsheet and go, okay, so let's look at our wages and go, can we increase our wages 50 cents an hour? Our baseline, can we increase them $1? Can we compete in this 15 plus range? Because that is the price of entry in the market. And here's the thing. This is not a one-stop shop. Like you get yourself to 15 and you're like, awesome, Steven, I did it. We got to 15. We're starting to fill our positions, like production's getting out. The thing about this $15 base is it's only going to go up from here. Companies are continuing to raise their wages. You've got the Biden administration talking about a $15 to $16 minimum wage for the country. You have to get ahead of that as an employer. You've got to do a cost analysis. You've got to look at your production. You've got to look at your sales team. What are they forecasting? What's realistic? And you've got to get creative, and you've got to make some hard decisions. And you might lose some money up front, but if you have a proper forecaster and budgeter, and you've got the right people on your team, you can make it work. At least I hope you can make it work. Hopefully you got a good sales team that's getting this product to the customers. And maybe you failed a lot of your customers last year because you didn't have a solid production team in place. And so maybe you lost those customers. I don't know. And so I would, you got to spend money to make money, right? So can you get the people in? Can you pay them what you can pay them? Maybe it's $1 more an hour. And then can that give the confidence of your sales team to go back out there and get the clients again, right? Earn their business back. I think a lot of customers are forgiving from last year because it was hard for everybody. Everybody struggled. I think the people that lost customers was due to poor management of the conversation, right? At some point you run out of excuses. You run out of reasons to give your customer why you're not delivering their product on time. And that broke some people. Some people they lost it and they're like, threw their hands up, like, what do you want me to do? I can't get it out. I can't get the people. And they just handled it, in a poor way. And you don't blame them. Everybody's human, right? But I think you can mend those relationships, get those customers back. So again, take a look at this data. Let me know if I can email it to you. This is for Weber, Davis, Box Elder, Cache County. It's interesting. You see highly desired attributes of employers. Associates, their number one driving factor for for coming on board and taking the job with you is starting pay 74%. It's not all this other fun stuff down here. Your nice lunches and fun employee events on the weekends and movie tickets. Oh, movie theaters aren't open anymore. But all the fun that keeps people, but it does not attract people. 74% of the job seekers say, what attracts me to your job is your pay. What am I going to make? How am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to pay my bills? What can I do to set money aside, take care of my kids' education? That's what they're motivated about. It's not all this other stuff. That's extra. That's going to keep your people, but it's not going to attract your people. Wages, starting wage is what gets the person through the door. And then you take care of them with all the employee perks and retention programs. So I hope you enjoy this presentation today. I want to remind everyone watching, Elwood is growing. We are hiring like crazy. We need internal staff, recruiters, on-site team members to take care of our associates as they go on board with our clients and help them integrate and learn the job. We are hiring like crazy. If you have prior management experience, come on board. Prior retail experience, come on board. If you have strong clerical administrative experience, you are a multitasking king or queen, come on board. If you've worked in the staffing industry, I don't want you. I'm sorry. No, actually, no, I do. If you have a great reputation, if you know what you're doing, if you care about the people you're hiring and the client, if that's what you care about and you come from the industry, then come on board. But if you think you can come on board just to throw warm bodies at a client, I don't want you. Don't even think about applying. You've got to sincerely care about the people that you serve day in and day out, the clients and our team members, our associates. If that drives you, if you're passionate about helping people, connect them with jobs and better opportunities to better their income and their life, what are you waiting for? Join the best team in Northern Utah, Elwood Staffing. We only hire the best of the best. So email me your resume, steven.farrell@elwoodstaffing.com. And let's talk. You can give me a call. Call my office, 801-621-2770. And let's see if we can get you, the career of your dreams. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And again, if you want this data report, send me an email, steven.farrell@elwoodstaffing.com. Simply just put in the subject line, help. And I'll help you out. I'll get you this data. If you need help recruiting, we can definitely talk about that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday, wonderful weekend. And 15 minutes, we're getting ready to start our management meeting. And we're going to talk about how we can better serve our clients and our associates. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.